Good morning, YouTube. What's up? So, I was on Reddit this morning, trying to wake up because I was tired. But not that you care, not that you care. Anyway, I was on Reddit and I happened to come across an Asmongold post on Asmongold's Reddit talking about Lost Ark. And this is like, it's not recommended, and all this stuff. So I was wanting to kind of run through it a little bit. I want to go through it here on video and kind of give my thoughts and stuff on it, because I've been playing for maybe about 10-15 hours, 2 characters, so I got a little bit of time. But also, I'm an extremely casual gamer. I'm a very you think casual Andy, it's me. You know, I play for a little bit and I'm not very critical on things. I just kind of play it as it is and take things as they are. So I wanted to give my thoughts on this as well and kind of go through it. And yeah, so here we are. Here we are. I said it a lot, I realized. I just clicked to say here we are a lot. Anyway, let's get into this. So this person, Lolzek, says not recommended. They have 23.7 hours in the last 2 weeks since the game come out. 22 hours at review time. This was posted about 5 days ago. So here's what they say. It's free, so it's good. I wish I hadn't bought the $14.99 Founders Pass though. It's just a very fancy mobile MMO. As far as like, I don't ever buy any Founders Passes or packs like that until I like play the game for quite a while, and I know that I like it. So that's just me. I got burned a couple times doing that. The New World got me recently. So, but yeah, I don't do that. Mobile MMO, I don't play any mobile games, so I can't really compare to that. I'm not a big mobile player. So they go on to say that the storyline might as well not exist. It's incredibly boring and unimaginative. From what I've played, story's okay. I'm not really playing it for story though, so I kind of skip through most dialogue. I kind of try to pay attention a little bit here and there. It seems pretty cool. Can I tell you what's going on in the story? No. Something about an ark. I'm trying to restore the tablet that was created to ward off demons or something like that. I don't know exactly what's going on, but I'm not really playing solely for story. It's kind of just fun to get into and just kind of hack and slash stuff and use abilities. So that's as far as the story goes for me. I just don't know. Zones are pretty, but completely forgettable and very narrow feeling, with names I will never remember, and the hitbox size on in-game assets makes the world feel plastic. Hitboxes seem okay to me, but again, casual player here, so I don't like. It seems the same as it would on any other game. It is what it is. Zones are okay. I don't really mind the zones. I don't think they're narrow though. They're pretty open, and they have like. I mean, it seems like a typical MMO zone. They're not large by any means, but they're definitely not narrow. So I don't know what that's about. I could be wrong on that one. The mobs are basically there for decoration. They have zero lethality. Yeah, lethality or threat, and usually come in packs of 3 to 6. They don't aggro well and move slowly, so gathering a massive pack is not easy. This I can agree with. I've noticed that a lot of the mobs, they are in packs of about 3 or 6, and getting them to follow you to like group them all together unless they're actually coming at you, and they are very aggressive mobs, it is kind of rough to do that. So it's not it is what it is on that one as well, but they definitely should be more aggressive. But as you get higher, like, I don't know, I think as you get higher in level they should become less aggressive, but starting off they should definitely aggro to you quite a lot, because they're not very hard to kill. So like getting a couple of them to come at you and then take them out, I don't think it'd be that bad. The monsters reward 2 XP per kill and turning in quests 4K XP per quest, making monsters even more irrelevant. I haven't really paid attention to XP gain, but I do know that you get a crap ton of XP for doing quests and stuff like that. So yeah, I don't go out of my way to kill monsters because they don't come at me. If they aggroed at me more, I'd probably be more willing to kill them, and I'd probably notice the XP per monster, but I don't. I just kind of do quests and stuff and kill them per what the quest requires. So there are about 20 different UI menus, none of which have similar themes or are organized the same way. Each menu has sub-menus all of which look and function differently, making it feel cluttered and meaningless. Within a plethora of menus, you constantly have notification icons, little red dots to go click on and clear. Hundreds of these over the course of 8 hours, each time making it feel less important to care about when they're even about. Yes, dude, the amount of like little red dots, notifications that show up. Oh, it like there needs to be a clear all option because it bothers me that they're there and they won't go away and they never go away. Like you clear them out. Like I spent a few minutes yesterday playing clearing them out, and then I played for like a couple hours and then they were back. And I'm just like, dude, what? It's not a big deal, but it is annoying for someone that wants that stuff clean and clear. That does bother me. There are a ton of menus. For me, they are very confusing to navigate. But again, casual player here, so I'm not like digging deep into all this stuff. I came across some cards, a card menu, no idea what it was. I know I have 2 cards, but can't use the cards. Don't know how to use the cards. Haven't looked too much into it yet, but that menu had me so confused. I kind of like, I was like, we'll do it later. So there's a few menus that are hard to navigate and stuff like that. Every single NPC you talk to forces you into a mini cutscene with them, and you must click G to proceed through every sentence they say, rather than just something more traditional like clicking on an NPC and having one big text box appear and you can read it and move on. Looking forced into mini cutscenes since the rest of the world disappear around you. Yeah, the dialogue is kind of rough. Like I said, I don't really pay attention to it. I talk to them. I hear what they're like one single line of dialogue that they actually say, and I kind of just skim through the rest, quickly just power through it as fast as possible, skimming through. So having like a giant text box you can kind of skim through all at once would be cool. It'd just be a little bit easier to go through. Let's see where we at here. Every time you talk to an NPC to accept or turn in a quest, you have about 6 to 8 lines of chore-like forgettable text to spam G through before you can escape their clutches. I tried following the story. It's just so boring that I was actually falling asleep and had to stop reading and just try to get the next combat. I didn't have to pay attention at all. Not once did I have to read or look up the quest I was on to complete. I just ran to the marker on the map and clicked on whatever it was there, quest icon over it, killed the mobs in the zone or whatever to complete the quest. Yeah, that's very true, very true. You definitely spam through dialogue to get out of it. Most of it is kind of irrelevant, unless you're like, I don't know. I don't want to say it's irrelevant because it is kind of story building a little bit or world building a little bit, but it's not like massive. So they do talk about random stuff. Most times they're giving you like 6 to 8 lines of dialogue to tell you why said quest you're about to go on is going on and how to do it. And then you leave, and then you have a little thing pop up that tells you on the side underneath your map that tells you what to do, how to do, and how many times you need to kill something, collect something, or whatever. So it seems pretty pointless for them to tell you all that, and then for the quest under the map to tell you again, but simplified. So yeah, I get it though. It's just them trying to like make it feel alive, but I feel like they're trying too hard, and it's making it tedious and frustrating. So, but as far as pay attention, you don't need to pay attention for anything. It tells you just power through the quest, like side quests, stuff like that, and it tells you what to do, and you go on about your day and go do it. If you think WoW quests are boring, these are worse than or on par with Black Desert Online. And have played neither WoW nor BDO. I take it back. I did play WoW. I played for free up to like level 10 or 15. I forget what it was. And I was extremely bored. And it was very much back then. This was like 10 years ago. I played. And it was like fetch quests. And I got very bored with it. And again, dialogue stuff there wasn't really engaging to me. So yeah, I can't compare to that at all. The armor gear in the game might as well not exist either. They should just ship you a new set of armor every 5 levels. Every item has the exact same stats on it with very little difference. A level 1 sword will have the same exact stats as a level 30 sword, just higher. And the model of the sword will have changed twice over the course of those 30 levels. Yeah, my armor does seem pretty similar. It looks different colors and stuff like that. It's like it's getting shinier, I guess. I'm like level 20 or 15. Not very high, like I said. I haven't played too much, but I've got a couple hours into the game. But this seems pretty normal for MMOs to do, or RPGs at least, because I know when I play Destiny, trying to get to the max gear level, or what was it, light level or whatever, power level, you have your stuff you start off with, and then as you literally go do a dungeon or a quest, and you have something that looks, granted they look different, but they are worse as far as the way they look, but their stats gradually increase over time until you get to your max level, and then it's just, you have the end game gear. So I don't know what the end game is like at all as far as gear, armor, weapons, all that stuff. So I can't really say anything to that, but yeah. I stopped doing secret dungeons. It was just a hassle to have yet another reason to run around the map. They have no scaling difficulty and have one boss soon after entering it. It's a small, quick loot grab. I have not done any secret dungeons, I don't think. Unless I did one on accident. It didn't seem any different. I know I've done a couple things where you gotta queue into a dungeon per se, but they're very quick. And there wasn't much to it. I hope that wasn't a secret dungeon, because it was pretty basic and bare bones. So I encountered a giant world boss. It was an awesome experience the first 10 minutes into the fight, but about 15 minutes in, I thought, wow, okay, I'm bored now of killing this thing. The sword that it dropped was the same model and color as mine, but it was massively better and lasted me about 5 levels for replacing it. Yeah, as far as the weapon drop and stuff like that, you gotta farm that stuff, and then until you hit max level, you're gonna be replacing a lot of stuff until you hit max level. So that's just my experience with Destiny and Final Fantasy 14 as well. That seems pretty normal or on par, kind of. And then, yeah, I can also, with the giant world boss, 10 minutes into the fight, it's like they're a giant sponge, so you're there for forever, or what seems like an eternity, just wailing away at it, and it's slowly dying over and over and over and over, or not over and over, but it's slowly dwindling down health and life and stuff like that. Those are kind of rough. That's kind of one of the things that took me away from Destiny, because everything was literally a bullet sponge, and I was just shooting it for 10-15 minutes, and they make it seem like it's like this giant world boss stuff, but instead of having mechanics, it just takes forever to kill, so that I'd like to see different stuff as mechanic wise, and I get they can't do it with all of them, but they should definitely look into or try to implement that in some way going forward with world bosses, dungeon bosses, in-game, but whatever, everything. The dungeons you do during story have normal and hard difficulties. I can't imagine doing them on normal. I did them all on hard, and they were quite easy. Bored of soloing the hard mode dungeons, I did one with the group, but the difficulty didn't seem to scale with how many people were in a dungeon. Yeah, this is true. I have done these dungeons. This is what I was thinking of, and I did one on hard, because why would you do it on normal? There's no reason. Always go hard, especially if you have other people to play with. So I did it on hard, and it said that after somebody had left, after we finished it, it said that it had scaled down back to make it easier, since there was less people as they were leaving. But it did not seem hard at all, unless they were extremely over leveled or something. I'm not sure if there's scaling for if it scales you down if you're too high of a level, because I know in Final Fantasy 14 you do dungeons. If you do level 50 dungeon and you're level 80 or 90, it'll scale you down to level 50 to make it fair, I guess. I don't know if it does that or not. I don't have enough experience to know that, but I do know that we did it on hard, 4 of us, and we did it literally in less than 5 minutes, and it was so easy, and it didn't seem hard at all. So it was cool, but it was just quick and not hard at all. No one died, no one had any issues. I don't think anybody even lost too much health at all. So, but I'd like to see, definitely, and I'm sure as I get further into the game, we'll get harder dungeons and stuff like that, so it'll be it'll be easier to do, or not easier, it'll be more fun to do stuff like that. It's an alright game. I played 8 to 9 hours expecting that moment to come along, when I saw a big reason behind the hype. Why people love this game, what makes it addictive, but I never found it. LOSTARK is incredibly bland. It's a very fancy mobile MMO. I don't hate it, I don't really dislike it, especially since it's free. I just don't get the praising or hype yet. I will continue playing until that day comes. Yeah, it's a good game. It's not, it's definitely not like AAA, it's the next big thing, But for right now, people do seem to like it for the most part, from what I've seen. I mean, it's one. I think it's the second most played or top 3 most played Steam game ever. But it could just be because of hype and stuff like that. But I'm having, again, as a casual player, I'm having tons of fun with it. I'll log on, do my daily login bonus, and try to push through some more story and stuff. I'd like to get the end game and see what that's like at some point, but I have a problem doing stuff like that. I get sidetracked and go play something different. Nothing seems to keep my attention long anymore. But for the time being, this seems to be keeping my attention because I'm excited to play it. Like I want to play it a lot. So there's that. That's pretty cool. So it's addictive to me as far as like wanting to come back and play for now. But again, I haven't hit that end game yet. And he says it's bland. Yeah, it's pretty bare bones. It needs updates and more stuff as far as like difficulty for starting out gameplay and stuff like that. But I'm with him. I don't hate it, but it's fun. I mean, it's fun. If you're looking for something to do, it's free. That's always a plus. Definitely don't recommend ever buying any kind of Founders Pack and stuff like that unless you've already played it and you've got like a couple hours put in to know if you're going to want to use the Founders Pack. It's a free game. There's no reason to spend money on it unless you are loving it and you want to support them. Then, of course, get the Founders Pack or get whatever pack they have. So, yeah, I'm going to keep playing it. I've been looking at Founders Pack. If I continue to play it and continue to have fun with it, I'm probably going to get the $15 one. Just a basic one, just to it's free. I'm playing it for free. I'm also supporting in some way if I'm going to, continue to play it. So, that's my thoughts on that. It's not a big deal for me. So, but yeah, let me know what you think below. Is this person valid in their thoughts? I don't agree with the not recommended. I definitely give it a thumbs up, not a thumbs down. So, but that's just me. I think it's fun. It's all right. It's good. It's definitely no New World. That game. Oh, I bought New World. Like I bought New World and I played it and it was terrible. That game burned me bad, as I'm sure it burned a lot of people. I mean, it's got like 2,000 players I think now daily, as opposed to what it had when it first launched. So, and everybody's moved on to this, or went back to WoW, Final Fantasy, whatever. So, but let me know what you guys think. Do you enjoy the game? Are you having fun with it? I am. I'm loving it. It's great. So, alright, I will see you guys later. If you liked the video, don't forget to like the video. And I'll see you guys on Twitch or on the next video on YouTube. Peace.